Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? Sorry about that. Not 100%, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there, you guys. I'm closer than I was yesterday. That's for sure. Everybody make sure you have a big water. Good morning, Keels. Good morning, Joni. How are you? So, today I thought, I have this idea and I started to kind of fiddle around with it a little bit. And it's kind of been growing in my noggin, as always. Good morning, Vicky. So I had this idea that I really wanted to play with contrast, but I really wanted to do some really kind of organic, good morning, Debbie. Did you get my email last night? It was late for you, but, it was sent. The littlest tasks can poop me out. It's so weird. And I'm just going to tell you, it is frustrating because I have a lot of things I want to do. Make art, right? So, I had this idea that I really wanted to work on contrast and how to really make contrast like really paramount in this art journal entry. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to get your art journal out, and remember we're going to have we printed on copy paper because we want it to be thin, and you're going to find a clean spot in your art journal, an open page. I'm getting less and less. I love that. I love that we have less and less clean pages, that we just keep making art. Don't you love that? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a pencil because I just prefer a pencil. We're going to draw a spider web, right? But it's going to be a funky spider web. Of course it is. So I'm going to pick my center point. So you could put your center point right there in the very center, right? Or you could kind of have it offset a little bit. Good morning, Donna. So I'm going to do down here, right? And now I'm just going to draw the big pieces that go out. And remember, you can grow this however you want. But I don't want you to feel like it has to be too exact or anything. I want it to be just organic and fun and funky, right? So, because a spider web is, it's made out of frilly little thin pieces, right? Of whatever that is that they use. I'm going to do a couple of lines, right? So that it's kind of sketchy. I mean, I don't know if this is how a real spider web is. I've kind of examined a few of them, but, this is our artsy spider web, right? So I'm just going to do the spokes first. And then I'm going to do the connectors. I don't know what they're called, but So we're going to go here, 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 right? They don't have to be exact. They don't have to match. They're just there, right? We're just going to continue to draw our connectors, and they can be big and they can be small. They can be whatever we want them to be. So this one, I think I want it to be really big because it seems like when they go out, from the center they get kind of further and further apart. Maybe that's my imagination. I don't know. Right? Okay. So I have that. Now the very center of my spider web, I'm thinking I want to color this flower, and I really want to play up the idea that it's a eye, right? So I'm going to really play with some eyelashes and fiddle around with that. But the most important thing is I want it to be bright in color, because our whole background is going to be black and white, right? And that little bit of blue from the lines on the page. But then I want to take each section and I want to fill it with like funky Zentangles. But I want it to be really organic. You know, Zentangles, I always feel like it needs to be like perfect in some kind of way, or linear. And this, I want it to just be kind of fun and funky. I do have some ideas written down. And then, but I wanted to do something that kind of celebrates October. We have lots of October left to make art with, but I found this quote and I'm really feeling it. And all at once, summer collapses into fall. And it's by Oscar Wilde. So I want to do some, right here, I think I want to do and all at once, summer collapses into fall by Oscar Wilde. So I'm going to kind of sketch it out there, and then I'm going to do that kind of funky bubble lettering is what I'm kind of feeling this morning. Good morning, Kathy Capers. Summer. Collapses. Ooh, that's a lot of letters. Let's see. Collapses into fall. Let's see. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Tam. Into fall. And then right here, I'm going to put his name, Oscar Wilde. Right? So that I know that I'll go in and fill that in later, but I just know that that's kind of where I want to go with that. I want my quote to be kind of paramount up there. I'm feeling better, Kath. I just, I'm not 100% yet. I wish I were, because I'm really sick and tired of being sick and tired. But I feel so much better. I feel so much better. Everybody take a drink. So remember what I said. We're just going to fill all of the segments of this spider web with some funky, I don't want anybody to feel like it has to be that this has to be like Zentangle at all. It just has to be organic and fun, right? So we're just little by little filling all of these spots, all of these little segments with fun. Right? I mean, nothing is planned out. I have some ideas on this little piece of paper, but nothing is super planned out. And I don't know what I want to do with all of those. I just know I want my spider web to be all black and white and my flower to be brightly colored. So I think I'm going to paint my flower like hot pink and orange, or I don't know. I just know I want that big contrast between the two. So let's here we go. Do some kind of, I don't know, sort of flowers, sort of emulating the eyeball look that's in the center of the flower. And I just want them to be really organic, like I said, and just kind of lose yourself in this process. Oh, I'm loving that. I want these to look like they're all like smushed in here. Do you know what I mean? Like everything's just smushed together. So this one's going to take a while. You'll never finish it in 1 hour. It's going to take a while, but it's going to be so worth it. Because number one, you're gonna totally hit the flow zone when you do this one. Right? We are absolutely going to meet this flow state with this one. I saw that I saw this girl yesterday on TikTok, because yeah, I've been spending a lot of my time laying on the couch watching TikTok, taking a nap, waking up, getting something to eat and drink, and then watching some more TikTok. It was kind of crazy. Anyway, I was watching this girl who, and Keely and I were just having this conversation about pumpkin everything and how it's such a danger zone. She goes to Trader Joe's, which oh my gosh, that's a danger zone. I'm just gonna say. It's a danger zone in so many ways. Like everything is so beautifully displayed. In another life, I wanted so badly to be a Trader Joe's sign maker. But alas, that never happened. And now I got this gig going. But anyway, she goes into Trader Joe's and she asks 3 different employees what the thing that she just has to try that week. Like what's the new special thing? And they always have unusual things, and it's always delicious. I swear, Keely, pumpkin season is the worst, but it's my favorite season to go. Pumpkin and Christmas, it's my favorite. Well, and Easter. I just love Trader Joe's because number one, Trader Joe's has the best flowers in all the world. Take a drink. And they have the most amazing, yes, their pumpkin stuff is out of this world. But they also, at Christmas, they have those Kringles, which, seriously, if you grew up near a Nordic community, oh, I'm not a big wine drinker like you and your sister Laura. Remember, I like sweet wine. That's pretty much dessert. But anyway, they have these Kringles, and she got a cinnamon one. So she goes up to 3 different employees and says, "What's the thing that you recommend most this week? Like, what's the thing?" And she comes up with the craziest, most delicious looking stuff. I'm telling you. Anyway, yesterday she had a, I bet you can get Kringle all year long. Keely. Oh, don't make me laugh. But yesterday, yes, I always get a Kringle at Christmas because why not? But she had a cinnamon one that, oh my gosh. Yes, their flowers are super nice and their price point is good and their flowers are really good quality. Do you know what I mean? They always have an unusual array of flowers. So sometimes I go there just to look at the flowers and then, buy 3 bouquets for myself. Sometimes I buy them for my friends. In the springtime, they had little bunches of daffodils. And I bought all of my friends a bunch of daffodils and took them to them. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful, and it didn't cost me much at all, and it made such an impact. Who wouldn't like to get a bouquet of daffodils? They were gorgeous. So do you get the idea? We're just going to continue to fill this whole spider web with with fun, right? All different kinds of patterns and, something. Yes, their basil plants are, they are. Have those too. We almost travel in the same circles. Hey, Sharon. How are you? So, at first, I was feeling like I wanted to do the whole flower, but now I'm feeling like I think I want to just do just the center of the flower. So I'm going to coat it in transparent watercolor ground. Put my brush, kind of work that water in there, right? Then I'm going to just coat my flower. And what that is. Okay, so I think I just want to do the flower, so I'm just going to coat that. But let's do the jack-o'-lantern too, because you know what? It's all on this copy paper, which we're gonna need watercolor ground on those pieces anyway, right? And if we do that, we might as well do the bottle. Well, that's weird, Lynn. Okay. I don't know. Let's just use up what we've got here and cover that. And then we're just going to set this aside because it's going to take a while to dry. But I just wanted to do that step. And then remember, we're going to paint this nice and bright. I don't know what we're, I don't know exactly how I want to play that, but I do know I want it to be bright. Let's take a paper towel and get rid of that. And bring our book back. Set this aside to dry. And then let's get back to this. So I'm using my plastic nib micron pen. I like that the best. Well, I really like it because it's, I can't smush down the nib, right? And it's a pretty decent size. Does that make sense? You know, I usually, my go-to is usually a 005, but I'm making myself love this one, and I do. It's thicker, certainly. Oh, look at that. So I just want to keep filling. And you know what? I can go back and do something more here if I want at some point. But for right now, I just want to start filling as I go along. And I'm trying to think about contrast again. Like this is a very dense fill, right? So here, here, and here, I want a kind of open fill, right? So that means I probably need to make this one kind of dense too. I don't know what I'm going to do just yet, but let's see where we go. So this one needs to be dense. Let's do. The more I fill in, the more I think about, I do not want it to be, I want it to be very organic. I do not want it to be precise in any way. The happier I am with the results. You know what I mean? I don't care if they match when they go up to the edge. I just want it to be really kind of just organic and black and white. I just want my whole spider web to be black and white. And then my flower is going to be super bright. I think that will be so cool. I really like this, so let's do this one again. Let's do this one. up here. Because it kind of looks like eyeballs, right? Kind of looks like when they draw the coronavirus. There we go. Kind of digging that. So I think I'm going to repeat that one again. Maybe. Let's do this one here. Oh my gosh, I'm loving this so much. I hope you guys are filling your spider web with all kinds of, excuse me, with all kinds of pattern. Oh, I'm loving it. That was a good way to start October for us, since weirdly, this is our first art journaling in October. I hate that, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And I want everything to kind of peek out from behind. Do you know what I mean? So, let's see. I think I want to do that here too because it's dense and I really want this to pop. So if it's kind of surrounded by dense, that might just happen. Kind of thinking about it, but not giving it too much thought. Do you know what I mean? I want these to go kind of all different directions. Hi, Linda. Oh, Kath, I'm sorry that you had hand surgery, but I'm proud of you for doing it. Sometimes we put ourselves off and we shouldn't, health-wise, you know? I know I do. And then I'm always embarrassed at the doctors, you know? So good for you for taking care of business. I am this year. I am working on taking care of all the things. Well, I'm glad you find it entertaining because I, um, I wonder if it's bothersome sometimes when I blab out loud. It just happens. I can't stop it. Because this is what happens when I'm all alone. I kind of talk to myself while I draw. There we go. Okay, what did you say, Lynn? Yeah, I wanted this to look a little bit like rice or something. I don't know. And I knew I wanted to make them real scribbly, so they were kind of dark and dense. And I wanted it to be all different directions, like it's just packed in there. Oh, thanks, Kath. That's nice. I know I'm kind of thinking about how I want to letter this. I know I want that quote, and I know I want it to just fill that section. I just don't know exactly how I want it to kind of look, so I'm just pondering it. You know how we do as we're going along. Peggy, what are you doing in Colorado this morning? It's so pretty there. That is my sweetheart's, one of his favorite places in the world. That's feeling really dark, dark, dark. Like I need to bring that out some more, you know? Everybody take a drink. I'm going to take a second to ponder. So wonder if we do that one down here. Oh, fun. Oh my gosh. Have yourself a time. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. Let's do here. Oh, New Hair Day is always the best, isn't it, Keels? It's always the best. Hi, Tina. Good morning. Just filling in our spider web with different patterns. If you're brand new here, if you would please take a moment to follow, like, and subscribe to Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I would greatly appreciate that. And then please ask to join our 2 private Facebook groups, Let's Get Artsy with Ann Corbiere-Scott and Stitch the States with Ann Corbiere-Scott. Those are both on Facebook, like I said. And then to find all things Ann and artsy, go to my website, AnnCorbiereScottDesigns.com. That's where all of my artsy classes and my art printables and my artsy Amazon list is. There's all kinds of things there. Anyway, please do that. And if you would all be sure to like and comment on this video, that helps me a lot too. That's for sure. I just posted a whole bunch of pop-in paint parties on my YouTube channel yesterday. I'm working, that's something that like I could sit and do. Do you know what I mean? Seriously. Stupid corona. I mean, I'm not contagious anymore. I don't officially have it. I just have the lingering cold. And it's getting better, certainly, every day. And I'm ever so grateful every stinking day for those vaccines, because holy tamale, it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. So, get your shot. I want you around for a long, long time. I want to make art with you for a long, long time. All my own selfish reasons. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing great. So pretty. But so, are you guys starting to see the method to my madness with the contrast? How this pops more because of this, right? So just know that, just keep fiddling with that contrast, right? So we have 2 more sections that we could put this design in, and then we can start fiddling with the others. I don't know. Now I'm starting to kind of feel like I want to like finish all of one background. Isn't that funny how it kind of changes as you go along? I don't know what's up with that, but I'm so getting into the flow state. Like I keep, it could be my cold medicine too, I don't know. But I do find myself like just zoning out into this creation of this spider web. I can't wait to see all of your spider webs. So let's see. And all at once, summer collapses into fall. So I'm thinking, so I want to do either here or here with the design. So I think I'm going to do, maybe here. Yep. It just takes one stroke of the pen, doesn't it, to decide? I haven't watched CBS Sunday Morning this week. Boo. But I did happen upon a video on YouTube, and it was Mo Rocca doing he does this series called Mobituaries. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. So he talks about someone who's passed. Everybody take a drink. So I watched 2 this past week. One was John Denver, which I'm in love with John Denver. You know what? I had a high school boyfriend who he and his two sisters played guitar and sang, and they were just so talented. And so they sang lots of John Denver to me. And oh my gosh, I'm telling you. So all of those songs have such meaning. We had an 8-track in the car. We had, we just sang and sang and sang him. He was just something else. And so, before his time, I think, in so many ways, you know, he was absolutely a conservationist and environmentalist, and knew we needed to be good stewards of our earth. Oh my gosh, it was just, I mean, I have lots of John Denver on my playlist on my phone, my iTunes account, but it's so nice to just hear people talking about him again, you know? And he died so young. I think he was like 53, which, holy tamale, so young. And the other one I watched was Loretta Lynn. And can we just talk about that? What a powerful, powerful woman she was. And she's just passed, just like last week. And she was 90 years old, and I loved that my mom loved her. And we went on lots of family, like my parents would save up money and we would go see them in concert. We would see Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty, and who was the third one? Loretta Lynn, Conway Twitty. Anyway, we would see them, like I have memories of seeing them more than one time. So, it must be true, right? Anyway, I just have such fond memories of seeing her in concert, and that her music really struck my mom, because she was a feminist without being in your face about it, right? She had that song called "The Pill" because she had so many babies, and her husband Doolittle, I think his real name was Oliver. He was just kind of rotten and had really antiquated views of women and all of that jazz. But he did discover her voice, and so without him and his whatever you call it, we wouldn't have known the greatness of Loretta Lynn. I think she had another one about Vietnam, another song about Vietnam. She was just a force to be reckoned with, in the gentlest kindness of ways. Do you know what I mean? I loved that. I just loved that. I just don't, you know, I wrote this when I was doing some artwork to be put in the art journaling magazine Strawberry Moon. The theme was art and activism. And I said, you know what, I am a quiet activist. I'm not a yell and scream kind of person. I'm not that's not how I I very much have firm views of things, right? But I think that you can get your point across in other ways too. I'm not saying my way's better. I'm just saying all ways are good, right? All ways are good. Oh, you guys, I'm loving this. So we have one there. So we need to get one here. Maybe here. Anyway, if you get a chance, watch Mo Rocca's obituaries. They're really good. You learn about somebody. And I love that. People just fascinate me. Let's do here, I think. I just love to find out, like, what makes people tick and what happened in their lives that impacted them this way or that way, or you know what I mean? I just find that fascinating. My poor kid got COVID too, which is weird because he lives in Austin. But I sent him some matzo ball soup because that's what we do in our family. My father-in-law called it Jewish penicillin, and so I found a Jewish deli and sent it. And he was so happy. Oh my gosh, Vicky, have so much fun. Have so much fun. And then tell us all about it when you get back. Because we'll want to know. Mom, I was just talking about when we went to see Conway Twitty and Loretta Lynn. Who is the third person? Conway Twitty, Loretta Lynn, and there was a third person. No, I don't remember. We saw all those great country stars back in the day. Anyway, you guys get the idea, right? We're just going to continue to fill and fill and fill and fill this spider web with black and white art. Let's see. Maybe let's do those eyeball-y things up here. Oh, thanks, Kath. I made matzo ball soup one time. I'm a Catholic girl and I married a Jewish boy, and I tried really hard to integrate all of this, all of the special things about Catholicism and what I could kind of figure as a Catholic, what to introduce to my child about Judaism. And so I did Passover. And my father-in-law was so tremendous about that. And so I have a cassette tape of him saying the Seder prayers, and it's so moving. It's so, so moving. I can't even tell you. Anyway, I had one Seder meal, and Jeff's Auntie Carmel, who you know from my art printable about Auntie Carmel, she talked me through how to make matzo ball soup. And she was like, as long as your matzo balls float, you're good. And they did, by some miracle. I don't know why that happened, because I was such a nervous Nelly. Anyway, we still make, my father-in-law still, well, he always made chicken soup if anyone was sick and called it Jewish penicillin. You know what? It always worked for us. It made us feel better. All the steam and, come on, it's chicken broth and matzo balls and noodles and carrots and celery. Oh, it was so delicious. Anyway, everybody take a drink. So last night, my husband, his father's son, he has already made me chicken soup once during this whole bout of this last week. But yesterday he went to my favorite Jewish deli here called Chompy's and got me some chicken noodle soup with matzo balls. Oh, it's so delicious. It was so delicious last night. Okay, so this one, I could do this down here. Let's do that. Chompy's is the best. It's the best. So, like I said, I found this Jewish deli in Austin, you know. And James was like, it's a good, Mom, but it's no Chompy's. I go, well, I think you have lots of, oh my gosh, we had so many. My father-in-law was the best. He would support my Catholicism because I supported his Judaism, right? There's this mutual respect. So every year they would come out for Easter/Passover, and he would go to eat fish with me every Good Friday. He was so supportive and lovely. All right. Now. What are we going to do next? Looking. There, this, nope, there. So that one's done. There. Done. So now I need to do this one, where I just do just kind of a bunch of angles. My plan is, Tam, that I am going to paint it very brightly. I want it to be a real, I want that, a really good contrast and juxtaposition of this black and white background with a bright flower. So, I printed it on copy paper, and I covered it with watercolor ground, and then when I'm done with this part, I will paint this brightly, and then I'm just going to cut out the flower. That's what I'm kind of feeling. And then I really want this to look like an eyeball, so I want to paint it brightly like pinks and oranges, but then I really want to play up the eyelashes so that you get the vibe that it's a flower, that it's an eyeball in the center of the spider web. So I have a big contrast there too. I have the contrast of the bright flower next to the black and white background. And then I also have the contrast of my doodles within my spiderweb segments, And then this is the quote that I'm going to use today. And all at once, summer collapses into fall by Oscar Wilde. I love that. So, and that's going to be right here. So that's my jam. That's my plan. How about everybody else? What do you got going? Are you still working on your spider web? That's kind of where I am, because I feel like those are two different parts of my artistic brain this morning. This is, I will just say, this is a really good warm-up exercise to just feel, to just kind of fill these spots with pattern, you know? I think that is making a big impact on my creative noggin this morning. I don't know if you're anything like me, but sometimes I need a little jump start. So this is perfect this morning. And I thought it was a timely thing to do, you know? Even if you're not a Halloween person, you can absolutely love a spider web. Go find a spider web to look at this morning and just wonder at the, this one? Yep, I'm going to do that one too. I'm going to do that one too, Kath. Just gaze and wonder at the extraordinary creative ability of a spider. I think that's something. That's for sure. This one, let's do that here. So I am just so excited about filling this spider web with all kinds of patterns and black and white, just black and white art, right? And then putting that bright flower on here. And I haven't figured out if I want to put my bright flower right in the center, if I want to do it up here in the corner, if I want to do it down here in the corner. I haven't figured that part out yet. There we go. Good morning, Sarah. How are you this morning? Everybody take a drink. It's so funny. I have a couple of these going this morning. I started one in my other art journal. So I have lots of work to do today. There we go. There's the one that I started earlier this morning. But I'm telling you, it's such a good warm-up for your creative noggin. I adore you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging out with me and getting artsy with me. Remember, please like, comment, and subscribe to all things Anne Corbiere-Scott Designs, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And ask to join our private Facebook group, Let's Get Artsy with Anne Corbiere-Scott and Stitch the States with Anne Corbiere-Scott. And then visit my website, AnneCorbiereScottDesigns.com. You'll find all kinds of fun things to just kind of nose around and see. And I bet you'll find an art printable or two that you'd like to purchase. And maybe an artsy class. Any classes that are listed on my website are still available. Debbie just picked two past classes to purchase over the weekend. Well, yeah, maybe it was Monday. Anyway, just know all of my classes are available all the time. Anyway, I adore you all. Go out and have a tremendous Thursday. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everybody. I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.